Testing audio. 1, 2, 3. Testing audio. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Audio is good. Let's just get into this, shall we? 4 days the trade deadline. Too many lefties there. So that's fine. Still pretty much the same lineup. New left fielder. Other than that, nobody different.
Summer skies shining brightly over Southern California and Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Today we wrap up this four-game weekend series between the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Cubs have a chance at completing a rare four-game series sweep. First pitch is coming up. German Marquez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really dependable. Last 3 starts, ERA just under 3.00, and that's some pretty good pitching. Minimizes the amount of walks, keeps his hits down, and if he can do more of the same of that, he should have some pretty good fortune in this one here today.
Digging in, Peter Crozier. He will lead this one off today.
Here we go. Nice, beautiful day.
Here comes the first
beautiful day in LA.
Underway now in the Sunday finale.
We get started.
Today is taken for strike one. Dero, Danny, this LA Dodger ball club as they enter play here this afternoon. They've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, it hasn't been the best of times, Dero. They've lost the first 3 games of this set at home.
There's a
the
lead-off
last thing you want to do is get swept in a 4-game series at home. You need to win this one.
Yeah, it can't happen. You can't get swept 4 games in a row on your home turf. Watch for the manager to make. He's going to make moves, and he's going to make them quick. I don't know what they're going to be pitching, hit and run. Something's happening today. That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other. This guy wasn't having any part of that.
Into the box now, William
That
Nunn.
funky delivery.
And a pitch out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1.
Trout's absolutely not going to be a Cub. Probably trolling.
Now the 1-0.
It would have been a way bigger deal
Madsen
if that was true.
1 away. with that, a look at the Cubbies.
Yep, way to go, Phillies. Way to handcuff your payroll for the next 13 years.
Well, Matty, one thing that jumps out at me, and it's
A player that is
eye-popping,
guaranteed
is
to
the fact
choke
that
in the
he's making
playoffs.
slugging percentage.
He will get you to the playoffs,
Different ways. It's just not
but
the
he will
long
choke
ball.
in the
A ton
playoffs.
of guys in this lineup that can move the ball into gaps, take extra bases, just great offensive approach.
But man, what a disappointment. Am I right? Everyone and their dog knew he was going to go to the Phillies. Everyone. Everyone had a strong suspicion he was going to go to the Phillies. That's all I talked about. Harper to the Phillies. Harper to the Phillies. All this waiting, all this negotiating. And just to be even bigger kick in the balls, he's not even going to be paid the most. So, in a way, Boris failed his client. $25.3 million a year is what that contract breaks down to. Machado, $30 million a year, and Arenado, can't remember what his was. I think it was 28, I think, something like that. But way to go, Philly.
Here's the 1-0.
You got the quote-unquote best player in the game, and he's going to handcuff your finances so much. I guarantee you by the time Rhys Hoskins gets a new contract, he will be gone. You did lock up Aaron Nola, so good job locking him up. I don't know, man. I hate mega deals. I do. You know, if he helps Philly, you know, win 2 World Series titles, then the signing's worth it. But I just, you know, I hate mega deals. I do. I honestly hate mega deals. No opt-out clauses. So, you know, to be fair, to be absolutely fair, so I get plunged in the back again. To be absolutely fair, Harper did say that he did want to stay in one city the rest of his career, so can't really hold that against him. He chose Philly, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with Philly. But
hey, that's part of the game.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Jose Melendez. First at bat for
yeah, right. Gets that unlimited cheesesteak. I think that's what did it. I don't know, man. It's just a very interesting mega deal. Personally, I think Nolan Arenado is the better player. I think if you look at the Rockies deal with Arenado, the Padres deal with Machado, and the Phillies deal with Harper, the Rockies definitely got the best deal. But, it's finally done with. Harper's finally signed. Machado's finally signed. Now we can look at Kimbrel and Keuchel and Marvin's also already signed. But we'll see how they do. Now we just see what happens. Good luck to Harper. Good luck to the Phillies.
Well, I know the last thing he wants to do
It's
is
a
load
really
the
big
bases right
investment,
here,
man.
so the pressure is on right now to get back in the strike zone.
Gonna be fully, yeah, that's true, but man, the terms of that contract, whew, 13 years. He will be 39 years old by the time that deal is done with. 39.
Boy, after scoring a boatload yesterday, D-Row, they're off to a fast start again.
I will be
Striking here in the first
43
This offense is on
when his
fire.
deal's done.
Obviously, the hit and meeting resonated with these guys. Scored a ton yesterday and picked up right where they left off.
Digging in the switch hitter, Angel Barrios.
So here in a couple years, when Trout becomes a free agent, he can get 15 years, $1 billion.
First pitch coming, here it is. It's a
Yeah,
high
I mean,
fly
I hope
ball
Trout
headed for
stays
the
in
left
LA.
field corner. If it stays fair,
I do.
it's gone. And
He
nearly
probably
a
won't, but I hope he
three-run
does.
shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. 0-1 count. Here it comes. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Runners are at the corners with 1 man out.
No, he's absolutely not worth the value. He hasn't proved anything. I mean, if we're gonna look at, you know, offense, yeah, he's a really good offensive player to an extent. But there's just so many things. His defense is not that good. His defense is not that good. You have to question his effort in some cases.
Hey, great job right there.
And he hasn't, you know, I still, you know, I said on the podcast last week, he's still not what he's hyped up to be. You know? I'm just saying, like, hopefully he proves me wrong. You know, I want him to prove me wrong. I do. But at this rate, if we're going to look at championships, the best player in the game doesn't have a championship. He hasn't even been at the NLCS. Nolan Arenado has better playoff appearances than he does. Jason Hayward has more playoff appearances than he does. I don't know. I know it sounds like I'm salty at the deal. I'm not. You know, that's just business, you know. They're taking an investment risk on a player that's going to eventually evolve into the best player in the game. But definitely makes that NL East a lot more interesting. You better be darn straight. We are going to be keeping a close eye on him this year. Phil Hold turned 35. Phil Machado was worth more. Case in point. Played on a team that was pretty damn good. Machado was great on a team that was pretty rubbish. Platinum Glove. He is a Platinum Glove. You're right. I'm still going to question his leadership, though. A lot of players are going to be looking to him. A lot of young talent.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a curveball ripped down the left field
line. I mean, that's. I'm not saying I'm not saying he's not able to. But they're going to look at him and Hosmer to lead that team, offensively speaking. Possibly Will Meyer. Nolan Arenado is definitely a way better leader than all 3 of those guys. You know, Arenado has yelled at his teammates, not putting them down like Harper and Papelbon did, but to tell them that you're not performing, you're not living up to expectation. I'm not living up to expectation. You know, and I don't know, man. It's
into the box, Joe DeVore.
We'll just see what happens. You know, we will absolutely see what happens.
Well, this is starting to feel like a make or break moment in this game. When you're playing a first-place team, you can't expect to fall way behind.
The heck, man, I'm going to hold the same standard to Arenado, man. If you're going to get paid that much money, you better keep doing what you've been doing and leading that team, you know.
Here comes the 1-0.
He's going to have a harder time, but I think he's going to be pushed into the hardest living up to expectations this year kind of deal. The Rockies have lost so much this offseason.
The 1-1. Hard hit ball to second.
No.
Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as the side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll move
hopefully
on
the rest of the dominoes will fall.
Number 1. It's the Cubs 3 and the Dodgers nothing.
But will be interesting to see what'll happen, right? Go Brewers. Shut up, NJ. I'm just kidding.
What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy is doing quite a
Order your computer, thankfully. That's good. Glad to hear that. We'll be back on relatively soon.
He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Alright, man, there's your 3 runs.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line drive to left.
You gonna blow him already?
He's got himself a base hit. So the leadoff man is aboard to start out the inning.
Sometimes you got to pull out the ambush tactic. You don't know what the best pitch is going to be. Oh, right there. Give me a 9.
See if your Twins get Kimbrel. Is that a thing?
Stepping in, Sean Chavez.
Make your Twins will get
Look
Kimbrel?
there at the difference in his numbers between June and July.
Be nice. Make a lot of sense. Make a lot of sense.
Now a snap throw to first, and he's back in standing. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Pitch outside, the throw. In time as he just gets
That
the
is a
tag.
rarity indeed.
Well, he tried to turn a single into a double by stealing second on the first pitch, but
Your Brewers
they were
don't need
ready
tackle.
for it. Good catch and throw from behind the plate, and it's like that base hit never happened.
Oh, the rumors were flying. Nice. So now that the Phillies have Bryce Harper, it's World Series or bust,
Wind up,
right?
here comes the 1-0. Pulled high
They've got
in
the
the air
pitching,
out
they've
to
got the
left field.
bullpen.
Valdez
Now they have the
looking on it,
offense
makes the play,
and the
there are
potential
2 gone
defense.
now.
So
Now to check out how the
it's World
hometown
Series or
Dodgers
bust,
line
right?
up in this one. What's your take as they try to get back to their winning ways, D-Row?
Well, Matt, I'm looking for someone to step up right now. Down 3 runs, someone's going to have to hit a gapper with runners in scoring position. It all starts with the leadoff guy. Find a way to execute and get himself on base. See if they can get a rally started and get back.
yeah, you never know.
Digging in now, Jason Madsen comes into play with a batting average in the respectable 270s.
Definitely keep a. I'll keep an eye out for the Kimbrel deal for the
First
Twins.
pitch of the at-bat on its way. And
Very
bouncing ball
interesting to see if he gets
Dan
there.
D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon, they've got to be considered the hottest
Extension,
team in
extension,
baseball right now
extension.
as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Matty, this team is oozing confidence right now. They were playing well
Bregman
coming
wanting
into
to talk
this game.
extensions.
And what do? Right out of the chute, top of the first row, 3 spot up on the board. They got the opposition on their heels. In today's game, everybody's trying to work off the mound north-south, trying to elevate that heater. He wanted that pitch right there, but I can tell you as an offensive player, I'd rather give you 6 inches off east-west than to have you call that high fastball.
Right.
2 out, nobody on.
5 years. Yeah.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Nam ranging up the middle. Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Twins get it done. Your Twins look good, man. I mean, who knows?
More to come on the show Sunday.
Still
baseball
think-
after this.
Not ready to say they'll win the AL Central, but if they get Kimbrel, man, that is a big leg up. Kimbrel or Keuchel,
Now at
either
the
one.
plate, Charlie Mueller. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First pitch of the
Be a
at-bat.
nice division for him to buff his stats.
Comes right after
you know?
him with a fastball for a strike. Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
You might start to call these guys the road warriors. It's hard to win on the road, and with the win today, they would complete a sweep of a 4-game set on the road.
Thank you for saying the same thing twice. Oh, no. I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying I hope the Brewers don't get Keuchel.
They really bunch him up on that one as he swings.
I guess it would make sense to an extent. You know, I can kind of see in some ways the Twins paying more money for Keuchel than the Brewers. But, you know, it's, who knows? I mean, your Brewers could use a lefty in that rotation for sure. So,
And day after day, they give their pitchers the best chance to be successful.
In now, Gene Boovie, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Kimbrel
Here's the
going back
first
to
pitch
Atlanta,
him.
you're calling it? That's what I thought too for a while.
Fastball right down the
I don't
middle
know.
for a strike.
Wow, there's a pitch right there that this guy would like to have back. Very rarely do you see a pitcher of this quality throw one
And James
right
McCann
down
is
the middle.
back.
And boy, he
Or
took
not
that
James
one.
McCann,
He'd
Brian
like to have
McCann.
that one back and be able to take a good hack at that pitch.
One strike pitch is a fastball high, and that evens things at 1.
Yeah. Yeah, they said that they think they're going to move on from Kimbrel.
Here it comes on 1-1.
Now yeah, him and Keuchel now become the last hot commodity.
Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
So that's 2
I
pitches in a row
kind of
off
hate
the
to
belt.
see that
As a
Wade
hitter,
Miley
that's
moved
what you're
on from
looking
the
for,
Brewers so
especially
quick.
when it's a day game and the ball is carrying. That just wasn't a good enough pitch to hit.
Oh, okay.
Swing and a miss on
That's
the
my
fastball
picture.
that time, out number 2. Third strikeout for him already these first couple of innings this afternoon. And we'll bring up our Dodger leaderboard to confirm for you that his current total leads the squad in that category. Stepping up to the plate.
Oh, by the way, Amish,
Crozier,
4 o'clock
single
Saturday
last
should
time
be
up.
good. It should be.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Hey, I
Yeah,
don't know what
Yankees
happened
are.
in between
I don't know,
innings.
man.
He
Yankees
went
are
down
really
that
good.
tunnel
It's
with a few of his
I don't
teammates
know.
and some coaches.
It's a coin
He
flip
found
who
a
won
way
the
to
AL
retreat
East this
because
year.
He's been really good this second inning. After going
Gotta
out
say,
to
the
first,
Yankees
I
have
thought it was gonna be a
improved
super short outing.
way more than Boston has, but I still think Boston has the better all-around team. I don't know. It'll be another dogfight, it looks like.
No offer on that one. 2
Oh,
balls
Sunday,
and a
yeah.
strike.
Sorry, Sunday. Ooh, baby.
And a deep drive to left, and it ain't coming back.
See ya.
And it's gone.
God, 447. Where are you getting your power from, man? We're going to have to do a test on you.
Solo shot here to left, number 14.
You're not supposed
on
to
the
have that
season,
much power.
And with it, the Cubs have moved out in front now, 4-0.
Counted. Oh, was that count that message? Oh, okay.
Baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys that would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this,
okay.
they have
I
pop
see
in their
it.
bat and they can go deep.
My notifications for our Twitter conversations are so confusing.
Standing in now, William Nam. As the first pitch
Shows like
runs a bit
everyone in the
inside,
group
ball
name,
one.
and then it shows
For
the
one
person that
for
sent the
him here in this
message's
one.
name, and then the colon, and then the actual message.
Here comes the 1-0. Fouled off.
Better hope the DH rule gets implemented. It blows my mind, man.
1-1. Waves and misses for
pitch
strike
there.
number 2.
Blows my mind.
Line drive to center field.
I don't know.
This
It's
will
just like
not
the
get
NL
down
East and the
quick
AL
enough
East.
as
We
it
don't know who's
floated
gonna
out
win.
there
We
in
can
center, and
venture
that ends
guesses,
the inning.
but
Cubs tap
none of
out
our
another
guesses are gonna be
courtesy of this
100%
solo
confident,
home
you
run.
know.
On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's now 4-0 Chicago.
We better learn for first base. Nah, he's gonna develop into that. He's gonna be sent down to AAA, and he's gonna make like 32 million
Play last
at
night,
AAA.
but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the
If I'm
table
not
for the big
mistaken,
boys
one of the
start
very
driving
first
into the run.
series that
One ball, no strikes to count.
the Phillies have are the Nationals, isn't it? So he'll get to see the Nationals. fan base again, which I don't expect them to boo Harper. Obviously, they're gonna cheer for him as they should. But
fastball wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
And it's fouled away.
the monies are years with 0 opt-outs. I guess the years. Really. I don't necessarily know, besides, you know, obviously Harper's reasoning. Like, Harper said that he wants to stay in one city the rest of his career. Besides that, I don't know why you would want that long of a deal. 13 years. That's a lot. That's a big commitment to one team.
Okay, here's how the Cubbies are lining up defensively.
But I am glad to see he did not get $400 million.
In today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not.
That was ridiculous. The fact that they thought he was gonna get $400 million.
Trust that the pitchers are gonna execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Standing in, Pablo Espinoza. His solo shot accounted for their only score of the ball game a night ago.
The reasoning? Which reasoning? That he wants to stay in one city?
Here it is. Takes a knee-high fastball. Breaking ball that time in for a strike.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy.
Get to feeling better, NJ. We'll see you later, man.
Down 0-2 now. He doesn't know if he's coming back in there or going breaking stuff down the way.
Bases are empty, one man out. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2. Fouled away.
If you're talking about his reasoning as in, I want to stay in one... that he wants to stay in one city, I mean, I can...
1-2.
It's a big commitment, but, you know, you got to admire the fact that he doesn't want to go team to team, you
Takes
know.
it in. And there's out number 2.
Batting fifth, left fielder, Evan McMahon.
Keep going back to
In the
him.
box
Turn
now,
that
Evan McMahon.
10 years. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I guess he sees the Phillies
First pitch on its way.
having a better
At the knees
future.
for a strike. McMahon,
I
former
guess,
Red
because if you
Sox,
look at the
became a member of this
Nationals
team
right
after
now,
signing as a free agent earlier this
Anthony
season.
Rondon is
Yeah, Matty,
getting
there's not too many
older.
guys in their mid to late 30s
I mean,
that
yeah,
are
they
gonna
have
get
2
more
hot
than a
young
one-year deal, but
prospects,
this
but
guy
their
is a
pitching
veteran
is...
presence in this club.
Scherzer's getting older. Strasburg is injury prone.
Bases are
Tanner
empty,
Roark
2
is...
men out.
Oh, no, wait, he's not with them anymore.
Pulls this
I
one
mean,
in the
Patrick
air out to
Corbin
left.
could be okay, but I think the Phillies have the better team right now, and I think that's part of the reason he turned down the Nationals
1, 2,
deal.
3 go the Dodgers. They're down 4-0. We welcome you back on a sunny day here in Los Angeles, set to start the 3rd inning in this one. So coming to the plate, Chris Valdez. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat.
Oh, God.
The 1-0. Ground ball left side. To his left, Baker. Throw to first.
Speaking of no hustle, Valdez, what the heck, man?
Start the 3rd. And with 1 gone in the inning, let's give you a look at the current standings in the
That is a
National
close
League
NL
Play
West,
to
man.
see where the Dodgers find themselves in the division race.
Colorado, Arizona, San Francisco, San Diego. My screen is off slightly, so I apologize for that. I didn't notice that until just now. Can never get it freaking right.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ground ball right side.
Where's your power gone, Valdez? Or Melendez?
Whip
Sorry.
this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
The right fielder, number 30, Angel Barrios.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Bobby Bonilla's still going to get paid.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Angel Barrios. He'll look to bounce back after
Right.
striking out his last time up.
That's what I said earlier. Way to go handcuffing your future money, you know.
First pitch of the at-bat. And a two-seam fastball there, but this is chopped fouled at the plate for strike one. On the year, Barrios is slugging over 600. That's an elite level if you're not already aware, so he's got to be dealt with very carefully by opposing arms. The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
But who knows? Who knows? It could work out. And, you know, the Phillies have got to do better than wild card. They have all the... Besides the Braves, I think they have all the tools needed to win that NL East.
Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
2-1.
The 5 years are manageable. That could be a thing, yeah. Especially since I locked up Aaron Nola earlier in this offseason. I think he was the only pitcher they were worried about locking up.
This is good patience here to work at the 3-1, especially after 2 quick outs to start the inning. Even if you don't end up getting a hit or drawing a walk, at least you're making the guy work a little bit and giving your pitcher a chance to rest a little.
And he fouls this one off.
To lock up Real Muto now, yeah. Who knows? They're probably going to see how he does this year.
Now the payoff pitch home. And awfully close there on 3-2, but take your base, says Earl Hendricks. It's ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what
We'll be
we
keeping
saw
an eye
right
on
there.
it.
Pitchers work around them and
We'll have a lot more detailed, we're going to have a detailed comparison coming up on the recording. And, you know, of course, the podcast comes out Monday morning for everyone that wants to listen. Hot Takes Corner podcast. We will have a interesting 3-player comparison. A little more insider information, I guess, on who got the better deal, why they got the better deal, and where these teams could be with these players. So make sure you listen for that. Best season. Anything's possible, all right?
And they've got some work to do early on. Down 4-0 already.
Harvey Baker.
Now the pitch. In there, 0-1.
Hey, that's another nice two-seamer right
I think we're going to have 4 people on this week, am I not mistaken. We'll have Amish and Ray and myself, and our guest this week is Count Chocula, who is a Braves fan. Maybe he can give some inside.
Breaking ball right there. Good job by the batter to take that pitch, work the count even.
Remuto, Segura, Kutch, Robinson, yeah. Don't forget about Rhys Hoskins. And
Count is 1 and 2
Dubal
now.
Herrera,
Classic change
Michael
speeds right there.
Franco.
Threw the hitter's timing off, got a late foul ball. Interested to see where he goes now.
And that misses 2 and 2.
The whole team on paper looks really good. It'd be really weird to see Harper in a Phillies uniform.
2-2. Gets him looking up.
By the way, I want to comment on something real quick. So now that Bryce is with the Phillies, that means on the cover he's going to be in a Phillies uniform. I've been seeing, you know, hopefully not the real cover of MLB 19 the show, because it looks like garbage. I just hope San Diego Studios that is not the real cover they're going to use.
Pitch. Here it comes. strike one to start the at-bat. Tejeda hails from the Prairie State of Illinois. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. The 0-1 on its way. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul.
But we've been calling Harper to the Phillies for a long time. This shouldn't be a real surprise that he went to Philly.
And foul.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't home to see it. They talked about Diamond Dynasty, and I'm interested in Conquest. I'll admit, I'm very interested in Conquest, but I'll watch it tomorrow just to see what they said about it. But next week is what I'm gonna be watching. Update on franchise. They're gonna talk about that new mode, Road to October or something like that, and they're gonna announce the new broadcaster that's gonna be in the game.
Stepping into the box, Herman Marquez. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. The 1-0 home is laid off, but in there for strike one.
He's looking really great on the bump.
I don't know. I
right
might
now.
start
I mean,
listening
it's been
to
a while
Buster
since he's
Olney's
allowed a base
podcast.
runner,
That
and
him
he just
and
jumped ahead of another hitter right there.
what's that other baseball
Bases are empty
analyst?
here with 2 men out.
Him and another baseball analyst
Pitcher
started
trying to
one. I
deal
can't
with
think
a
of what it's
1-2
called,
count at the plate.
but I might start listening to that when I'm at work.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2.
Got to take your hat off to the pitcher right here. He's throwing a little pesky at bat at
See
him
what they
right
say
here. Could
about
have
it.
easily just took 3 pitches and walked back to the dugout.
And just a masterful job of pitching here as he strikes out the side in order.
But yay,
3 up.
Harper's
3
finally
down,
signed.
3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. We're back with more on a Sunday afternoon following this.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
So
Oh,
in now for
no.
Chicago, Joe
You've got to be
Devore
kidding
comes
me.
into This at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
We should ask Buster Olney if he'll come to our podcast.
Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. And that's in there for strike 1.
But here's an interesting thing out of Braves camp. Something for us to ask Count, by the way. Apparently, Fultonevich was scratched from his start today with a an elbow issue.
If this start will continue
So we
to run
better
downhill.
keep our eyes on that little piece.
The windup and the 0-1. Fouled off.
That is not good.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Fulte gets hurt,
Well
forget
above
about
the
it.
zone for a ball.
Hey, I can understand why he wanted to elevate the fastball right there. This batter's eyes have been lit up since he stepped in the box. Let's see if he gets him fishing on something breaking in the dirt right here.
And he
Down
got
goes
it.
Devore. Stats guru.
That's a pretty
Very
unique
good.
pitch sequence, guys. Usually pitching is all about mixing pitches and location, but he threw that all out the window to get that strikeout. He offered the same pitch 3 times in a row, so I guess he sort of used that reverse psychology to outthink his opponent.
Fucking memo.
Stepping in now, Charlie Mueller. As he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball 1. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
I don't know, I was gonna tag like a bunch of MLB analysts, be like, hey, by some chance, do you guys want to be on a podcast with
1-0
us?
A swing and a miss. That's the first
I swear I
strike.
cannot check my swing
I
with
know
Miller
that fastball
whatsoever.
registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that. for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push the throttle and pull it is being used.
Hey, Twisted, if you're still here, did you watch your Orioles play their spring training game?
Deliver the 1-2. And it's fouled
Against,
away.
ironically, the Phillies.
4 runs, 4 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies.
Oh yeah, there's some interesting news on Mueller I put on the page.
In time to first, and there are 2
Very
away.
interesting news.
Good range showing off into the hole right there. That's not an easy play, but these guys make it look that way sometimes.
Into the box now, Gene Boovie. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Yes, Brian Burke. They did have to sign with those teams and not the Cubs. I would not want Machado on the Cubs for anything.
Good breaking ball, but he missed inside with it. A ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah, they looked like they were experimenting more with a
4
small
runs,
ball
4
than
hits.
anything, and
No
it's working
errors
for
so
them.
far for the Cubbies. Easy there, big fella. 2-2.
Easy there, big fella. Whoa.
And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning
Trade
is
fodder.
over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They lead it
Oh look,
4-0.
man, it's not performing.
Matt Vasgersian, Mark DeRosa, and Dan Plesac back with
By the
you.
way, of course, a bunch of Diamond Dynasty players would think the best Diamond Dynasty stream, or the best MLB The Show San Diego Studios developer stream was Diamond Dynasty.
First delivery to him on the way.
Of course it would be.
Here's a high fastball that's fouled off to the right of the catcher here for strike 1.
What the fuck? Alright, so listen to this tweet by John Morosi. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not. He tweeted 2 hours ago, and I quote, I didn't watch it either. Oh my god. In Bryce Harper talks, I am told Dodgers were willing to offer a 4-year deal worth approximately, get this, $45 million per season. That would have allowed Harper to shatter the all-time AAV record and become a free agent at age 30. $45 million a year.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Go
Another one
fuck
fouled
yourselves.
off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
That is ridiculous. $45 million per year.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another one sent foul.
4 years. Yeah, 4-year deal. $45 million per.
The next 0-2. Fouled away.
Ridiculous. I'll retweet that. So you guys can see it. Just now retweeted it, but it's from John Morosi.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. As
I just
he
realized
ran
I was
the
facing
fastball
Buxton.
right by
Oops.
him for the first down.
Boy, he's really on a roll in the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here.
Oh, sweet. So
Let's
they
see if
announced
he can
Kerry
keep this
Wood
going for a
as
little
one
bit.
of the legends. That's cool. That's cool. I'm happy with that. Biased as that may be.
Into the box, Sean Chavez. And he fouls this one off. Flied out of
Please
his
tell me,
first
Boris.
at
I don't
bat,
know.
so
I don't know
making
that
0
one.
for 1 so far.
Yeah, T. Like, Harper said Harper stated that he wanted to stay wherever he signed. He wanted to stay in one city the rest of his career. So that might be why the Phillies offered 13, while teams like the Giants and until I saw that tweet, the Dodgers were offering 10.
Yeah, he has the ability.
That
what I
is
love about this ball player, he's got such a great internal clock. It seems like it's bang bang at first every time, but the guy's out. He's got sure hands.
13 years.
Accurate throwing.
Holy Jesus
Yeah,
balls.
count goes out the window with this batter. Right? It doesn't matter if it's 0-2, 2-0. He's locked.
He has great bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have a knack, D-Row, of being able to get the barrel to the ball, and this is one of those guys.
No souvenirs, no immortals, no ticket counter. Okay.
In now, Jason Madsen. He looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one.
Turn down West
0 for
Coast.
1 after
He probably
grounding
wants
out
to be the
his
leader of
trip
his
to the plate
team, you
so
know.
far.
The Dodgers? Interesting. $45 million a year. You know what? You know what? I gotta give Harper credit. Absolutely. You could clip this. You could remember it for the rest of your life. I gotta give Harper credit, man. He did not go for the most money
Ready with
on
the
his
0-2.
contract, I think.
And the slider gets him
45
swinging,
million
two gone.
per year, along with the chance at age
This is the
30
kind of
to
bat
get
where you're
paid
getting Coach Bradshaw
probably just
way
as
back to
much.
the dugout to have a little chat about your approach. Not a lot of positives to draw from that at bat when you take 2 strikes and then you chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches.
Whoa, phone, whoa. I sold of Esther. Who leads the position players? I don't know if I know the answer to that one. I have my guesses, but I don't think I know the answer to that.
Stepping in now, Bobby Turner.
Even with Harper on the team, I don't think he should be the leader
Strike one.
automatically,
So far, 0 for
you
1
know.
with a flyout.
You think maybe Kutch? Possibly? Maybe Reese Hoskins. Who knows? Could be Reese. Or are you talking about the Dodgers? Oh, Dodgers. Yeah, Kemp is now in Cincy. I thought it would be Justin Turner for the Dodgers. I thought it was Justin Turner.
Another 0-2 home. Line
Look at that thing
drive to center
slicing.
field.
Whew.
Crozier is going to have
Like
room out
cheese.
there as he puts this away to retire the side. Dodgers lead 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score.
Position players.
Digging in
Turner.
and looking for more. Crozier, he's in to
Yeah,
get
'cause
things
you
going
don't think
here
it would
in
be
inning
Jock
number 5.
Peterson. You definitely
this
think it
last
wouldn't have been
at-bat, he had a
Puig.
changeup out for a home run, so it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
Maybe not Kike Hernandez for sure. I probably would say Justin Turner, yeah.
The windup and the 0-1. Hit out towards second. Tejeda is up with it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
I think Utley retired. I think. Let me see here. I'll look that up for you. How's that?
Digging in once again, William Nam, 0 for 2
If
here to
I
start the
can
afternoon.
get it pulled up, I will look for you.
First offering on its way. Fouled off. Here it comes.
Chase Johnson. Yes, that's who I wanted. Thank you, computer. I wanted Chase Johnson, whoever that is.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you
I
flip that coin,
think
better
he's
come up
retired.
fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
That's the ball.
Fastball that just misses inside.
Is he
Bases are
retired?
empty, 1 man out.
Yeah, he's retired. Utley is retired. Dodgers released Utley to facilitate retirement. That was November 9th of 2018. So, yeah, Chase Utley was given his unconditional release by the Dodgers on Friday, so the veteran second baseman can officially retire. Utley announced in July that 2018 would be his final season. So, there you go. There you go.
Here now the 2-2. Is laid off up for ball number
How you doing, Danny? What's up?
The meat of the order due up next. You could probably expect to see something you can handle here with the full
Harper,
count
who's
as
that?
the two-hole hitter.
into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. And he takes ball 4.
Tell
so
Randy
it's
about
on.
the
As you know,
Harper
that
thing.
often means the
So
steal
yeah,
order here.
Randy Harper. Allegedly, the Dodgers were going to offer Harper a 4-year contract, right?
Chris Valdez.
4-year contract, but it was going to be $45 million per year. They were going to pay Harper $45 million per year. Isn't that crazy? Insanity. To pay a guy that's proved absolutely nothing that much
Pitch
money.
out, nothing doing though, and that's ball 1.
Danny, who's your favorite team, man? Not ignoring you. Who do they got catching? Barnes, I believe, is now that Grandal's gone on to the Brewers. I think the Dodgers have
2-0 now.
Barnes and I don't know who their backup catcher is.
That runner on first is certainly affecting his mechanics.
Phils. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Got a Phillies fan in here. I'm going to ask you, man. I'm going to ask you. A, it's a two-part question. A, are you surprised that Harper went to your Phillies? And B, what do you think of the deal? Gotta ask a Phillies fan.
2-0 count. Here it comes. Pitch
That's an easy
inside.
stolen
The
base
throw
there.
is not close as he's in there with a stolen base.
Well, some may say that's a questionable steal with such a big lead, but to me, it's still too early to worry about.
I know, right,
disrespecting
Randy?
the
That's what
other
I
team.
said.
I've seen leads like this disappear,
Nola for
so
Cy
they're gonna
Young.
keep trying to
Right.
pile on.
Definitely had a great year last year. DeGrom was a little better, but I don't think anyone outside of Philly expected Nola to be as good as he was.
Hit on the ground out to short.
Let's hope he does well this year.
And there are 2 away now.
Now batting.
And he won't last 13 years. Now, see, that's a very good take.
Next will be the
It's a very interesting take.
Melendez, runner in scoring position.
Are you concerned? I want to ask you this also now. I know you're not a GM. I'm not a GM either. But are you concerned that signing that much money to Harper
Here's the first pitch to him.
could have possibly,
Fastball
in the
just a
short
bit up.
term, tied up the hands of the money for the Phillies? If that makes any sense.
Hit hard
Man,
on the
Melendez
ground
is
to
just
second.
having problems.
Tejeda scoops it up and whipped this one
Harper to
front
Giants
in
offer
time.
12 years,
In
310.
Cubs
California
lead
taxes
1.
stop possible higher
Run
bid.
4-0. Now at the plate, Pablo Espinoza leads off from the bottom of the fifth, is able to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
It's goddamn ridiculous. So, possibly it depends on other salaries, right? Well, you guys got Nola extended, which is fantastic. That's very good. I don't know how many more years Arrieta has with you guys. Nor do I know anything about the Phillies' salaries. So, I'm not going to comment on something I don't know about. But, if you guys do have a weakness, it would be really hard to fulfill that role. Thank you for the follow, A1. I don't know if that notification popped up or not. I was not paying attention, so forgive me there.
The 2-0 on the way. Pulled toward right center field. Moving under it, Crozier.
I also think we should have signed Dallas Keuchel instead, because we have a full starting right-handed rotation. All right, yeah. No, I see that. We were taught. I think we pitched that idea a little bit a couple weeks ago, like why don't they go after Keuchel? But right, I agree with you. Thank you, Randy, Danny, for the follow, man. Thank you so much.
Ready. Here's the first offering.
Ooh,
Now
good
here's
catch.
a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Harvey Baker.
So obviously your Phillies are done. The Phillies should be done, right?
So stepping in, Harvey Baker. He got called out on strikes his last.
Jake Arrieta. I don't know how many. Let's see. This will be. How many years has he been with the Phillies? Was his first year or his second
Left
year?
side. And a close play at first, but he's called out and the side is retired. Dodgers down in
Hector
order.
Neris,
They
yeah,
trail
right.
here 4-0.
That's your reliever, right? Is that your closer or your reliever? I forget.
Michael Lorenzen takes over to start the
Michael
sixth inning on
Lorenzen.
the
Dude, that
mound.
dude's looking buff in real life, by the way. Michael Lorenzen. Jesus.
Ready once again, Angel Barrios.
Leading off for the Cubs, right fielder, Angel.
Okay, so he's just one of the bullpen guys, it looks like.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High
Good
in
swing.
the air. Baker.
So Roman Quinn is also hurt, by the way. Another side detail. I hear that Roman Quinn got hurt today. I don't know the severity of his injury,
How
but
about that? One pitch, one out, a pop-up to start the inning.
let me see if I can hunt that
Stepping
down
into
real
the
quick.
box, Michael Love.
25 years old, promising looking prospect.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Or player, sorry, not
Tough
prospect.
slider down low for a strike. And now some action in that Dodger bullpen as a left-hander has begun to get loose.
He gave up 13 games or more last season, including opening day. But you guys are going to have a new closer this year, correct?
And a pitch
I'm being shown, according to your depth chart, that David Robertson may be your closer. I don't know if that's true or not, but
and he'll look at a fastball here that's close, but it's 2-1
Vince
now.
Velasquez. I need him to do better this year. Poor guy got hurt last year, though, so. Oh, that was
This ball is absolutely
only a matter of
blasted
time before that was
high
going to happen.
and deep.
See you later. Number 30. That is a career record of home runs per season for him. So the Phillies are looking like through
So a solo
2020.
shot
Okay.
here to left center field, and even
Sir
30
Anthony
home runs on
Dominguez,
the
yes, I
year.
agree
The
with you.
Cubs
I
are
like
now
Sir
over
Anthony
this up to a
Dominguez too.
5-0
Like his
lead.
name. So we're looking at in the outfield, and you know I'm gonna try not to associate position with the outfield. But you got Harper, Herrera, and McCutcheon in your outfield, along with Maikel Franco or Scott Kingery, Gene Segura,
This could be the beginning of one of those
Cesar Hernandez and Reese Hoskins in your infield. And of course, JT Realmuto is your primary catcher. And then, you know, whoever your pitcher may be that day. That is a really good lineup.
He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far.
So he signed through 2020.
The 1-0.
Oh, God. Don't come into view.
And it's fouled away.
People are going to take that the wrong way.
I know. I won't.
You know how people are.
It's just a poor mask, people.
A porn mask.
Very funny. But it charcoal, so that's why.
Charcoal? Why you be eating charcoal?
Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
I need to try some of that for my ugly face.
No
Your
mistake
face ain't
when he
ugly.
was sitting on, looking for a dead red piece of cheese.
Your
middle
face
of
ain't
the
ugly,
plate,
Mike.
He didn't miss it.
I got one of that.
Charlie Mueller.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta wait for it to dry.
I can see it reflecting in the ceiling. The room light. This looks funny. Looks creepy.
The fun part is it just peels right off.
Very painfully, I bet.
No, not really.
But this has got one of those charcoal masks on.
It probably looks.
Standing in now, Charlie Mueller.
It would.
As he takes a fastball off the plate.
It would.
for a ball
It'd be
1-0.
waxing my face.
No hits to this point.
Porn map. Starting meth lab.
Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first
You know.
strike.
Things.
Back when I first broke
and
into
stuff.
the big leagues, a lot of the pitchers wanted to work east to west. Now with such an uptick
Call
in
up a
velocity,
lefty starter
these guys
like
are working
Ranger
north south.
Suarez.
That's just a great elevated fastball with serious velocity.
Mr. Suarez.
Plate 2-1.
There he is. He's rated 8th on the depth chart in pitchers. Let's check him out. Ranger Suarez, lefty, 6'1", 180, age 23, from Carora, Venezuela. Oh, buddy, what a error that was. You didn't stay at second.
Right by him.
That should be an error, for sure.
That's got to be frustrating for the pitcher right there. He's well aware of who's having great seasons and who's having the tough seasons at the plate for the opposition. This guy put him in the tough season bucket. He just gave up a nod to it.
What's all you doing, man?
Into the box, Gene Boovie.
Oh.
As he will take a look
Oh.
at the fastball in there. As that
Ugh.
strike zone expands just a little, it's 0-1. 0 for 2
Oh no, my
so
pitcher
far
struck
in
out
this one.
twice. Whatever shall I do?
He's set. Here's the 0-1. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one
Oh, I
down.
bunt that way
There's
too
one.
hard.
Onto the pitcher's
I bunted that
bunt,
way
and
too
in
hard.
Time, a double
Oops.
play, and the inning is over. Cubs get a run here thanks to this solo home run.
Sixto Sanchez, that's right. Y'all sent him to the Marlins in that
And the
trade.
Dodgers nothing. Into the box now, Henry Tejeda. We'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup. that
I make fun of
really
Lays
has
vendors,
found
too.
its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not
Had a lot of high
very
hopes on
hard
him,
balls
didn't ya?
either. We'll see if they can start making some
Now he's going to go
adjustments.
to a team that, you know.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Looks at a changeup right over the middle.
I got to say, though, I must admit, I watched the Marlins over the last couple days.
The windup and
Got to
the
say,
0-1.
man, I'm pretty impressed with that young talent they
Just a
got.
bit up.
Pretty impressed.
Now a swing, and he pulls this one in the air out to left.
Top
Valdez
prospect. Well, you
goes
did get a
under it.
very solid catcher. You know, if you guys lock him up, you won't have to worry about having a catcher for a while.
Pitcher, Michael Lorenzen. Your
Luis
attention, please.
Aparicio. move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning.
Jesus Christ.
No balls and a strike to count.
Think the Braves got him beat with, I don't know, man. When it comes to catcher, no.
One out, nobody on.
I think JT Realmuto is a very good catcher, very good hitter. And the Braves got Brian McCann and
We've seen this before. Fastballs
I think
in,
Tyler
then breaking
Flowers.
balls away. That's been his plan of attack throughout
I think
the
that's
first
still
half
their
of
backup.
this game.
One and two. Two and two for the Dodgers.
Oh, with young talent. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's no doubt the Braves have one of the best young talents in all of the league, man. We just got to see him flourish, you know?
Locks him up for strike three.
I think we're starting to see the frustration.
All right, Matty, get off your
from this
keyboard.
offense. It's been a pretty dominant performance on the mound, and these hitters have had no answer for anything he's throwing up there. That will wear on you if it lasts throughout most of the game. Like
Just
it has
blows
here.
my mind, man. Blows my mind. Now, when Keuchel goes to the Reds,
Here's Byron Buxton now.
that'll be the only way the division gets better.
Up in there for strike one. A hit and two at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame.
How big of fools will we look when the Pirates win the NL Central this year?
0-1, here's the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. But no chance to
Sat
run
on
it
your
down. It's a
phone.
foul ball.
Be a huge underdog. Couldn't agree more, man. They just need some pitching. They need some pitching. They did address that pitching.
2 out, nobody on.
Man, while I don't think the Reds are going to compete this year when it comes to like winning the Central,
Struck him out. His
I think they
seventh
could
of the ballgame,
absolutely
and that
be
ends the inning.
either a dark horse wild card team
Need
or
to
they're
get it
gonna
going
ruin
soon. It's
somebody's
5-0.
season. But I couldn't agree with you more. Really couldn't.
Back here at Dodger Stadium, getting set
I wish they
for
would have
the
kept
seventh
Hamilton
with
on the
Cubs
team,
out
though.
in front, and before the inning gets
It would have been
underway,
nice
let's
to
get
see
a
Billy
look at our
Hamilton
game
patrolling that
summary at this
outfield
point.
with Puig and Kemp and what was his name, Winkler? I think it was Winkler. Michael Lorenzen's looking to get some outfield work this year. They got Rich Hill?
So the lineup flips
Is that-
over.
is that
Digging
true?
in, Peter Crozier. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point.
I didn't know they got Rich Hill. I know they got Sonny Gray and Alex Wood. Tanner Roark. I can't say his name. Tanner Roark as well. That Amir Garrett guy out of the bullpen looks like something. Of course, Raisel
Third baseman in
Iglesias.
tight, protecting the bunt. The first pitch takes a high fastball for a strike.
Dodgers have Hill. That's what I thought. Because Hill's hitting 40 years old, right? Nah, it's alright, man. We all make plenty of mistakes.
They obviously had a pretty good game.
You're all
on
good,
that
man.
first heater right
You
there.
had me worried. I
He
was like, I
super
must have
aggressive,
missed
thought he
that
was
one.
getting another one. Slowed him down with the curveball. That's
I
the
must have
captain.
missed the Rich Hill.
They
Let me
really
just swing at
punch him up
everything.
on that
I must have
one.
missed the Rich Hill to the Reds
The first
trade,
out.
but
That was a
you
nasty
actually made me
looking
look,
slugger that
so
time.
good on you.
Yeah, that was really well executed, Matt. A
Surprised the
classic
Dodgers gave up
strikeout
Wood.
pitch. You You think it's fastball middle in.
Dodgers have so much
bearing
pitching.
in on your back leg, and unless you hit it out front, there's nothing much you can do with
Dodgers
that.
have so much pitching. Don't forget Julio Urias. Is that how you say his name? Could probably see him a lot today or this year, allegedly.
In now, William Nam. As
Kershaw, Bueller, Hyun-Jin Ryu, Rich Hill,
He's
Kenta
0 for 2
Maeda.
in the ballgame so far.
The Wild Stallion. Yeah, we've seen how much that a change of scenery has done for players.
Quickly there, they're 2 gone.
You know, I think earlier this year, or it might have been earlier this offseason, there was something on MLB.com about it, about talking about. Someone had an interview with Puig about his trade from LA to Cincy, and he said that he feels like he doesn't have any pressure on him right now. And when he was with LA, he felt like he had a lot of pressure on him because of his contract. Something along those lines. And so that was causing him to think about that more than baseball.
Not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
And so he said, now that I'm in a new place, I don't really have to worry about my contract right now, so I can focus on being a better player. But, yeah. Let's hope Puig has a better year,
Right
you know?
there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
Fouled away. High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance.
Way gone.
Into the home bullpen
409 for
a
Valdez.
home run.
That was off Schaefer.
Solo
I
shot
didn't
here
realize
to
that was
left.
Schaefer pitching.
29 home runs for him on the year. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
If only Valdez could do that. Or Melendez.
Yeah, and you could see he just made a mistake. He was cruising in the 7th, getting the first.
By the way,
outs,
just for the
but then
record,
he
I will not be
overran one
using
that
any
caught
of
a
those
little bit
ridiculous
too much to the plate.
new
This
bat
one got
flips
up
from
and outta
MLB
here,
streamers.
ruining what looked like a good appearance out of the bullpen.
It's ridiculous. They got their thing in the game enough, but whatever.
Into the box now, Jose Melendez. He pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's working on a 1 for 3.
The
thus
Jonas
far.
Brothers coming back. Yeah, boy.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. But a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
That's a real tough pitch to
Arrieta.
hit. That's in the pitcher's jargon, we call that the
He was
Hall of
playing
Fame
hurt
pitch,
last
that
year,
slider
wasn't he?
down
I
and
hate
in.
when players do
Really,
that.
the only way you're going to be able to hit that pitch is if you're looking for it down and in, and still then, it's a
So
really
he had like
difficult
knee
pitch to
problems
hit.
or something.
1-2. Missed with a slider.
Well, I kinda wonder
I
if
was
he's
one of the
not
few
being
Cubs
as
fans happy to
aggressive
see
as he was
Arrieta go.
before that home run.
Like,
Hey,
I
this is a
understand why
guy
they
that can
didn't
burn you
re-sign
again,
him.
So I don't really blame him.
Line
Come on,
toward
get
right center.
down. Thank you.
And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Bryce Harper, though.
Man, I thought this
Baseball's a
at-bat
business.
was
It
down
is.
0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count 2-2, and he's able to find a knock.
Stepping in now, Angel
I agree, man.
as he will take strikes.
Arrieta's gotta, he
Here,
can't
no
slack
balls and a
off.
strike.
He's gotta
0 for
keep
2
up.
for
He's
him
gotta
to
keep
this point.
going. He's gotta keep that pace. A lot of people still rely on him to perform.
The 0-1 pitch. Shot
Wow.
weakly to the left.
Oh, he beat that
Won't be
out.
in
Okay.
time as he reaches it first.
Yeah, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's.
Bet you Harper wouldn't have ran that one out.
Shoot from step one, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating executing a pitch and there's an infield.
I'm just kidding.
It is.
Or maybe Machado. I'll say Machado.
You can read the angle. You know
Because
that
Harper
ball's
never
gonna
actively
get on
said
the
that
ground.
hustling's
You're
not for
thinking
him.
deep down
So
inside,
I'll say Machado.
Okay, there's a quick out, and it just wasn't meant to be.
Into the box, Michael Love as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here.
And that last at bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good
keeping
fastball hitter.
Schaefer
So
in after
I
all
might
this.
want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Fastball called for strike 2.
Sometimes guys get a little less aggressive pitching with a couple of runners on base, but not here. That was 2 good fastballs to take control of the bat and get the count to 0-2.
This is hit high in the air out
That's
toward
not gonna be
left
nothing.
center. Buxton is after it.
Mr. Buxton's got it.
And that'll end the inning. But add on
Boom.
one more as the solo shot stretches
Fastball
their
down,
lead
heading
even
in.
further.
Valdez loves those
Get up the
pitches.
stretch, home half of the 7th coming up. It's the Cubs 6 and the Dodgers nothing.
Your
Prince
attention, please.
Leary gets the call
Now
from the
pitching
pen
for
to take
Chicago.
over on the mound and
Number
start the home
25.
7th.
Prince Cleary.
Yeah, what's that stat that we saw? Harper's gonna make more per at bat than the average family in Philadelphia. That's
Leading off the
ridiculous.
inning, Sean Chavez.
Oh my
They
goodness,
needed
that's
to get
ridiculous.
something going here.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score
The
any
average,
runs
like,
as we're moving late into
income
this
or
one.
average,
A perfect
like,
time for
citizen
this leadoff
capita
guy
or something.
to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
God, roughly $45,000 per at bat.
The 1-0 home is in there for strike 1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
There it is. Median household income, $41,500. That is a slight kick in the balls there.
Swung on and missed.
Nasty
1-2
curve.
now. Cleary has a good
Philly will make it to the
reputation for
postseason,
preventing
then
the
that's
long ball.
it,
One
until we get a stronger
swing is the
rotation and
complexion
some
of the
lefty
ballgame when you're coming in
relievers.
late, but he rarely lets that
Hey,
happen.
you know what? You
Part of
guys
what
always
makes him
have
as
the trade
effective as
deadline
he
this
is.
year. You never know who could be
Ready to deliver the
expendable
1 and 2
on that
towards second.
on that team.
And a good throw gets him 1 gone.
Now batting. Catcher, Jason Madsen.
No, we are. We are.
So striding
I'm not
forward
necessarily
now,
saying it's
Jason Madsen.
a travesty, but kind of messed up if you think about it.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Well, that's how things work.
Now a swing and a chopper foul right
That's
at
how
the
things
plate.
work, man.
And he lays off for ball 1.
Another question for
Bases are
Danny. What do you
empty,
think,
1
Danny?
man.
Got some more answers?
Hot shot to third. Love fields it cleanly. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Amish has some good questions. So.
Number 23, Bobby Turner.
At the plate, Bobby Turner.
God dang it, Bobby.
Here's the pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1.
Hey, at one point this year, we'll finally get to see the Harper versus Scherzer battle. That'll be good. Gabe Kapler?
1-1.
I
Misses
have
for
no
second
opinion.
ball.
I really don't.
The 2-1 home. Sinks below the knees, taken for a ball.
I think this year, if I have to comment on it,
Bases are empty.
I think this year will be a test of his managerial abilities. Because now you got to deal with two tough teams, two other tough teams.
3-2 pitch. Locks him up for strike 3.
Instead of 1.
Dodgers down in order. They still
You
find
can't
themselves
falter.
down 6-zip.
He has to fit into the East Coast farm system, and that could take time, but I like what he started last year, so you never know.
Here as we start inning number 8.
There you go. I like that answer. That's a very well... I like Danny. He's a very well thought out guy. Danny, I honestly like your answers, man. Legit.
Here's the first pitch to him. Oh, now here's a drive out to the alley.
Yeah, 35-year-old Joe DeVore.
He's around first.
Still
heading
hitting
for
for
2.
us, man.
And the Cubs could be onto something here. It's a leadoff
$600 a ticket,
He was
and none of those college
definitely
players
struggling
did.
into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his second hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
Oh, man. Hell yeah. Oh, I know. I play this game every day, so.
Standing in now, Charlie Mueller, as he takes a cold strike on the black. It's 0-1. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense,
I
fellas?
think my offense is back
Matty
on
B, I don't
track.
know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better
He ain't gonna
pitches.
catch that one.
Just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch.
And that is going to
on
be
their ability to
a
get that pitch
RBI double for Mueller. 7-0. Let's just tack on, shall we?
And the rout is officially underway. It is 7-0.
Back-to-back doubles now, and that's a great way to get an inning going. The leadoff man shows him how it's done, and he comes right behind him following suit, lacing a double of his own. Could be a
Dang
big
it, I forgot
inning
who's
if this
pitching.
continues.
Is that a lefty on the mound?
We'll get the call here as he'll hit for the
This
pitch.
guy could be on the trade block, too. I like Eric Crook. He's not a defensive guy, though. It's still Schaefer. I forgot. They're keeping Schaefer in the... Don't know why they're going to kill this guy's ERA. Charlie Manuel. How long have you been a Phillies fan, Danny? I didn't even ask you that question.
257, 3 homers, and
I'm a Cubs fan. I if you can't tell, I am a Cubs fan. I have been a fan since 1998. My buddy here, Amish, he is a Twins fan,
1-0 delivery.
and he's been a Twins fan for quite a while.
Ball that jammed him.
And Twisted is an Orioles fan, and he's been an Orioles fan for
Around to second.
some time. I don't remember how long he's been an Orioles fan, so forgive me on that one. 13 years. Ah, very nice. Very nice. So let's see, that puts you at what?
Back to the
2006.
top of the lineup, stepping in.
Six.
Peter Crozier, he's 2 for 4 in the
Put you
ball
with
game.
3. Okay. Put you 2003 around the high tide
From the stretch.
of the Phillies. You've been with them through the struggles. Now you're with them through the. Now you're with them through the high times. As a fellow as a Cubs fan talking to another another fan of a team that did struggle and is now seeing their high tide, it is a good feeling.
Get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
First baby picture with an Orioles cap.
Lifted out towards straightaway center field.
Not gonna test Buxton's arm.
Moves over, 2 down. And
Would've been
boy, I
out.
thought they might have had a shot at scoring him there, but they put up the stop sign with 2 away now.
So 16. Yeah, man. Very good. Do you live
Now
near
in the
Philly?
box,
You don't have to tell me exactly where you live, but do you live near Philly or?
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball here, 0-1. The 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Yeah, Madden.
Hard hit ball.
That is definitely a unique coach.
To his left.
I guess to an
Throw on to
extent.
first gets him, and the side is retired. Cubs pick up a run on the RBI double. Bottom of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 7 and the Dodgers nothing. Brian Delgado is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the
Brian
bottom half
Delgado.
of the 8th.
Live an hour away from Philly. Nice. So you can possibly go to DC games, Philly games, New York games, right? You're not too far from New York, I'm assuming. Depending on which direction you're in.
Try
But
it again. Pablo Espinosa.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
As mentioned early in the broadcast, this series finale had the potential to result
I
in
live
a
in
series sweep,
North
and at this
Georgia,
point in the
and I'm a
game,
Cubs
it's
fan,
looking
so-
rather promising.
try to figure out how that happened.
Yogi Berra had a great saying, "It ain't over till it's over." Well, this one's just about over with the team playing as well as they are and leading by as much as they are. This one is pretty much in the books.
Shameless plug time.
That's lifted the other
If you're talking
way
about
out
Maddie, I
left.
told him he should do
Moving
another
under it,
episode.
Valdez, one away.
Now batting, left fielder, Evan McMahon.
Stepping in, Evan McMahon.
Oh yeah, that is our baseball podcast, Danny. Me and Amish and our buddy Ray, who's not here right now.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
If you get a chance, feel free to listen to it, man. Tell us what you like and dislike.
3 unassisted.
Now batting, third baseman,
We went to Wilson Ramos' debut against the Red Sox, and it was the best game we've ever been to. Nice.
Ready for another shot now. Harvey
Very
Baker.
good.
Only 4 outs
Do you have any
remaining for them to
souvenirs
try
or
and
pictures
rally
from
back
that
in
day?
this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Takes a fastball on the inside corner.
Yeah, Amish loves Wilson Ramos. 3 for 4, 2 triples and a single. Man, he's got it. He's got it pat. He's got it nailed pat.
Comes set and the 0-1. Oh, this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
I think Wilson Ramos is your favorite catcher in the game right now, right?
Close.
Amish?
You could tell this guy's been in the swing mode from the minute he walked into the batter's box.
Inside, as he might be trying to set him up here 1-2. The 1-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And it wouldn't be a game in Southern California without the obligatory beach ball sighting as this one makes its way onto the field.
Okay.
The 1-2. Still 1-2.
When you have 2 strikes on you, as a hitter,
Have
if
Justin
you get
DeFraudis'
something that you can handle, you have to
document
find a way to do something.
Glove from 2012.
That was a missed
Nice.
opportunity.
That is pretty sweet.
Popped
I think
him
the
up.
only thing souvenir-wise that I have is a you can't really. It's just out of frame here.
The 7th
But I have
pitch
a
coming up.
signed Julio Teheran baseball. It's pretty sweet. Well, no, I take that back. I have a Mike Trout practice bat that he used in batting practice. It's not signed, so it's kind of worthless that it's not signed. But it was an actual bat that Mike Trout used for batting practice.
And he fouls this one off.
I have that too, but it's not signed, so. Give it to me after I was hit in the back with a home run from Dylan Young. Wow. I think it was in the back and not the back of the head. Jesus. That's pretty cool, though.
Guy given in. Here's the next one. Hit back up the middle. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Dodgers. They're down by a touchdown. 7-0.
Down by a touchdown. Yes, they are.
Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home
Parker
plate area.
Luzinski and
that
Ricky.
means we're gonna have a double
See, I don't
switch here.
have. I feel really bad. I don't have a lot of baseball, like souvenirs.
Muhammad
You gotta do better.
is in out of the bullpen now as he'll be inserted into the
I'm just a
number
cheap
6
person.
spot
Like, I would love to
following the
buy a
double switch.
jersey, but I just don't want to spend like
Lester
$80 to
Barrett
$100
will also
on
come on
jersey.
now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch. Riding in once again.
Where's she here? Let's
Valdez.
get
We all
Easel
know
warming
this
up
guy's a
here. We'll
real
have him
good
pitch.
fastball hitter. We saw
We'll have
how
him
far he
pitch
can
the
hit one.
last
He got a fastball that he liked.
inning.
He turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the Dodgers get a
Thomas
right-hander up
Pedra
and throwing in their
over on the
bullpen.
right. Jose Leclerc on the left. She got Mike Schmidt to be hitting coach.
And this one runs a little too far in.
Full
Ball
time.
2.
So who is the
3-1
Phillies
to the
pitching
Cubs
coach
left
and
fielder.
hitting coach? I don't know that one. Don't know who that is.
The 3-1 pitch. Now here's the check swing, and they appeal.
Did
down
not
to
go
first.
somehow on that
No
one.
swing, so that's ball 4.
Now batting, the first baseman.
He almost got him to commit there. As we take another look at it in slow motion, he comes awfully close to breaking that swing.
Full time, but not for
He was able to
330
hold
mil.
back. Strong wrist, and he gets a trip to first because
Come on, break all the records. Break all of the records.
Into the box now, Jose Melendez. As he'll go
Nice
after
swing
the
of
first
that.
pitch to
Nah,
him, comes up empty. It's strike
God
1.
awful.
2 hits in 4 attempts to this point.
Mendez's home runs per at bat's been kind of slow second half of the season.
Here comes the 0-1. Runners off for second. Pitch inside the throw.
Yeah, they stolen base
Way
for
late, and he's in
Valdez.
there easily at second.
Ah, why not? What's the worst that could happen?
No offer on that one.
Might
2
as
balls
well.
and a strike. Set and the 2-1 pitch.
Oh,
Mark
come
on the
on
right
now.
side. Turner right there, and he'll take this to the bag himself for the first out, but it's a productive one as the runner moves up to third.
well, I think he got away with one right there. It was a fastball right down the middle, and he hit it hard, but he couldn't elevate it at all. Would have been a different story if he did.
So digging in
Might
now,
as well.
Angel Barrios. Although there are a couple of
Phillies.
bases open, and we'll see if they think about working
Philly
around
Danny.
him. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off.
Mohamed Ims. Remember a couple years ago they offered me him in a trade
0-1 count. Here's the pitch.
when Pablo Espinoza
And
was
it's
traded
fouled
from
away.
us to another team. But we did not take him because we had a guy in our farm system by the name of Lonnie Mitchelltree.
The 0-2 home. And this will be fouled away.
Hope Anthony Rizzo has a better season. Yeah, I think he will. I think the Cubs are a little more focused this year.
Another 0-2.
Last year was a disaster when it comes to their
That curveball is a pitch you have to
their
get on
ability to
top
hit
of,
with runners
or
in
else it'll
scoring
take off
position.
just like
You
that
know,
one
it
did.
was pretty bad. And they had some injuries, of course, and Yu Darvish has not panned out so far, and you know Bryant was hurt. It was just a mess last year, and the Brewers just came in and swept the Central, man. Swept it from under our feet.
2-2. Is looked at and the
It's well
count moves
deserved too.
forward.
Well deserved, but hated it at the same time. There's a lot of people that need to get on their game this year.
Now
Though.
the 3-2 pitch is a swing and a miss. That's strike
2
three.
consecutive balls. Why not swing at the next one?
I really like
You know,
it.
Wilson
He loves
Contreras,
nibbling
he's got to
out
get
of
back
the zone,
on
trying
track.
to get
Rizzo's
it
got to get back
That
on
wasn't
track.
good.
Bryant.
Just reached back and fired a good old country
Almora
hardball
should be
fastball
leadoff
right
this
by
year,
him.
so we'll see how he
feeling in
does.
the world when you're a pitcher and throwing a fastball right by a guy.
Stepping in now, Michael Love. There's a swing and he
Another
sends the
one
ball
hit
high
deep
in the air
left.
into left field.
They looking
Barrett
up.
looks up.
See ya.
And this ball is gone. No chance to
Second
make a
home
play
run
on that one.
today. Michael Love, no relation.
It's a 2-run shot to straightaway left. His second home run of the game as they've pushed
How
this
about
lead
2
up to
home
9
runs and
now.
5 RBIs for the guy today? How about that?
That's one of those pitches you wish you could take back as soon as it leaves your hand. But guess what?
Victor, that's a
There are
good
no delete
question.
or rewind buttons in baseball.
I wonder who they
That's a
will get
mistake,
to replace
and it was a
Harper
good
out there
job
in
by
the
his
outfield.
opponent to make him pay for it.
Obviously, Juan Soto is going to be in left. There's no Jason Worth anymore. That's a good question.
The catcher, number
Into
2,
the box, Joe DeVore.
DeVore.
As he'll look at a
Who
fastball
else is
too
there to
high
replace
for
him
ball
besides
one.
Robles?
It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so
Let me
far in
check
the
that
ball
out
game.
real quick, shall we? Nationals. Well, there's Adam Eaton still.
Pulled toward right center field.
Victor Robles could be in center. I guess he could be better than Michael Taylor. I do see Adam Eaton possibly being the right fielder. You know, Juan Soto in left, obviously. To be fair, Adam Eaton has played a little bit of center and right, so I guess you could interchange those two.
Number 4, Alvin.
But I think Adam Eaton's mostly a right fielder. I think. I can't remember where he played with the White Sox. But there should be room for Victor Robles on that 25 man at some point. If he's not already on it.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still
That's a good
count,
question.
At least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
What do you
First
think?
pitch
Think he
on
can?
its way.
Think he can pull it off? Think
A
Victor
knee-high
Robles
sinker,
would be
tough pitch, strike one.
on that 25 man roster opening day? MLB roster, I should say.
This one's down to third. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
Doesn't have a gold arm, yeah. He's also been hurt a lot, too.
That time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
Played center. Thank you for the clarification on that one. He did play
Riding
center.
in, Lester Barrett.
Remember when Turner was in center field? Trey Turner.
First delivery to him on the way.
It's all about Miles
Breaking
Straw,
ball
though.
taken on the inner corner.
One strike.
Nationals should get Jones for a year.
One out, nobody on.
Somebody's got to sign Adam Jones. Come on.
And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Someone sign
Clearly
Jones to a
wasn't
year
ready for
deal.
the fastball
The man wants to
because it
play.
was pretty much center cut, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Might have been looking for another curve.
Nar Gabe, just sad Dodgers fan passing through.
The
Oh,
windup
man.
and the 0-2 pitch.
Well, you can't say they didn't give it their all, right?
The home 9. There are 2 away now.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do.
Think he'll go to San
It's really not the
Fran?
best two-strike approach either.
And no more Hunter Pence. He's with the Rangers now.
Here's Byron Buxton now.
I think they have a hole in that right field.
First pitch fastball, 0-1.
Don't be too sad about your Dodgers. You're still going to win the NL West.
Nobody on.
You're still going to win that NL West.
And he gripped that one a bit too tightly as it broke down and just about got
How do you
him.
compete with 13 years?
You know,
I mean,
I'm not sure he didn't
I
throw that
think
pitch
it
out
was
of the zone
the
on
fact
purpose.
that
They've been
Harper
swinging at pretty much everything
said
he
that he
throws,
wanted to
so
stay
why not
in
give it a
one
shot?
team on one team the rest of his
Dribbles down the
career.
third baseline.
That's good. He's gonna beat that out.
And the inning is
But
gonna continue here as
I think that's what it was, and that's why I said earlier I give Harper a little bit of credit that he didn't exactly go where he was gonna get paid the most, because $45 million per year is ridiculous by any team stretch. Ridiculous. But I think if he didn't have that mindset, he would have taken that deal on heartbeat.
standing in now, Sean Chavez. He'll watch a sinker here that misses. It's ball 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
Rockies look strong this year. You guys do have some ups over those Rockies, though. No doubt your starting pitching's better. Your bullpen is better.
Swing and a miss at the big
I think
curveball.
your defense is better. Offense, wishy-washy. But, I do think the Rockies, I don't know why I threw the first. I do think the Rockies are not as big a threat this year as they were last year.
Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon. Buxton is off at first with 2 away.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Arenado did say that his heart lies in
Dodgers down to their
Colorado.
final strike.
And,
Struck him out. The Cubs go on the road and sweep
That's
their
better.
rival.
I don't think he wanted to go anywhere else. I think Arenado is a very good player. I would actually rather have him on my team than Harper or Machado.
9-0 shutout final in
Very
this ball game.
underrated.
Chicago posted a
But
3-run first to propel them to the win.
I still like your Dodgers to win the NL West
Victory
next year,
is
though.
13th of the
Or this year, I should
permitting
say.
only 2 hits in 6 complete innings. So that's it for us this
I think what it was, Danny, that he was frustrated, or he was getting frustrated, that he wasn't, that talks with him they didn't progress that much. And then, so he was getting a little frustrated, and I think the Colorado
Final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs.
front office saw that, so they wanted to lock him up. But say top 3. Top 3 what? I'm sorry. Shout out to John Hicks. I don't know who that is. There you go. We sweep LA. Look at that. This team is on a roll. Ah. Yeah, we do. What are you talking about? Oh, we don't. Where did our guy go? Donnie Favre. Okay, so we're going to look at Double-A. Guess I'll put Colvin in there. It's the only one that makes sense. Put Tim Welsh. Our Double-A team is not looking great. Arenado's top 3. He absolutely is top 3. Arenado is probably the most underrated players in the game. Absolutely underrated. He is the best third baseman in the National League, period. I'm a Cubs fan and I love Chris Bryant, but he's not the best. World Series, the Brewers and the Yankees. Could be. Never know with baseball. You never know. It could be Orioles Reds this year, World Series. Calling it first. I'm just kidding. I'll just fix the lineups. Escobar, he's fine. Yelich did have a monster season. He did. Did you see his sweet mustache? I can't even laugh at that. I'm sorry, Twisted. I'm sorry. Now they got Grandal. Yeah, they've definitely upgraded that catcher. At catcher. Yeah. You right. You right. Trout, Betts, and Arenado. It's top 3. I don't have nothing to argue against it. So, there you go. Puig has an all-star year this year guaranteed. We think he's going to have a better year too. We'll see if he has an all-star year. But I think he will have a better year than he did last year. Absolutely. All right, this guy's still looking solid. I'll be ready for him to come up very soon. The Reds have better starting pitching than they did last year. I'm not going to say it's top of the line, but it's definitely better than what they had last year. I think Alex Wood. I think Tanner Roark. I think he could have a turnaround year if he just focuses on his pitches. But Alex Wood brings something to that rotation. What's that? I always forget that other guy's name. What's that guy's name? Luis Castillo. Yeah, Luis Castillo. Be a lot riding on him this year. Thank you. God, I always forget his name. And Sonny Gray. Yep, Sonny Gray. A lot of what ifs. You know, we don't know how these guys are going to perform, but Barnes is now by no means a great catcher, but he's solid, and they still have Will Smith if they need to bring him up, and he's a stud. Oh, the Brewers starting pitching. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought you meant the Reds. My bad. They've got a lot of young talent, but they've just been hurt. You know, Wade Miley was a very good pitcher for the Brewers last year, but he's not there anymore. So it does make me wonder who's going to step up for the Brewers when it comes to their starting pitching. That could be a weak spot. You're right. It could be a weak spot. Raisel Iglesias is underrated. I think he needs more opportunities. Yeah. You're right. Look, you guys are not saying anything I don't disagree with, so I have nobody on, by the way. So, For those watching this on YouTube, I am not talking to myself. I do have a chat up, so. If anything, the Dodgers can sign me to catch for them. Let's do it. Let's get a petition to get Gabe signed by the Dodgers. Let's do it. I will be your first signature. Just send me the paper, and I will sign it. Guaranteed. Hello, YouTube. Your platform sucks now. Yes. You're not wrong. I do not monetize my videos, so you can say whatever. I don't care. I just put stuff up on YouTube for record. That's it. I've had this franchise for 4 installments of this game, so I put them up on YouTube just to have records. Cannot wait until this guy is ready. I see Mr. Favre coming up in 2030, so. Bring me out. Sorry. Mike Piazza, give me a pizza. Mike Piazza, give me a pizza. Hey, Amish, would you mind throwing up that link again for our baseball podcast? So if Gabe wants to, he could, Gabe wants to, he could check it out if you got some time. Once again, totally up to you. I'm Brett Piazza. Boom. Thank you, sir. But yeah, Gabe, that is the link to our baseball podcast. There's a new episode every Monday. If you like baseball, we encourage you to listen. And we'll take any kind of feedback, whether you like it or you hate it, man. If you hate it, it's criticism for us to improve. If you like it, well, then you like it. It's not just on Anchor. You can find it on 11 different platforms. But you can access those 11 different platforms by going to that link, I believe. So feel free to check us out if you got some time. If not, that's okay. But working very hard to get some guests on. So we'll see how that goes. How was Crozier 21st? I don't know what that is. Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to look up. Hold on one second here. This is what I need to look at. Look at that. Look at that. Your Orioles have the best team batting average. We're 90-something and 15, and we do not have the best batting average. Hopefully Russell Martin pulls a Matt Kemp and tears it up. You heard him. Tears it up. Sox and the Orioles will score more runs than us. That's a slap in the face. This Orioles team looks ridiculous. I'm like top 5 in everything. Except home runs. We are nearing 200 home runs. That's cool. I did not notice that. They have more RBIs than we do. They have more stolen bases than we do. Man, how are we so low? We got to step our game up. Caught stealing the less times. We have the highest stolen base percentage. We do not walk. I do play fantasy baseball. Me and Amish have a league that's full. Unfortunately, it is full. But I will be in my second year playing. I won it last year, and I was very surprised by that. I don't expect to win it this year, but I will be trying to play fantasy baseball. A little more fun this year. So think we have our draft in March 12th or something like that. Love it. Woo. Woo. 70 errors. That's a lot of errors. There's a lot of errors. Too many errors. Telling you, man, it looks like it's going to be Cubs-Orioles in the World Series. This keeps going on. This is for you, Hysteria. Let me show you something. Look at your Orioles go. Your Orioles are busting it in the East this year. Yeah, fantasy baseball's fun. I really enjoy it, and I'm really grateful that Amish let me play. I'm not, despite me winning last year, I was not the best person in that league. I just got really lucky on a few occasions. Boston. Alrighty. Guys, I have to call it quits. You won last year? Nice, congratulations. That defense belongs James was that power, but whoa, the pitching is no joke. Look at that, man. They're going to make it this year. They're going to make it this year. They're going to be in that playoffs. 275 team average. I only have a 268, so they are better than me in that. But yeah, looking good. I think we got our division wrapped up. Definitely going to have a difficulty bump in 19. Those pesky Mets. Pesky Mets are going to make it again unless they collapse. Nice wild card battle here. Look how close this is. Nara Gabe, thank you for the follow. I am not going to wait for the notification. Could suck a butt. Am I right? Anyway. Who was my first pick? Oh, Lord. There's the notification. Took it long enough. My first pick, I think my first pick was Javi Baez. I think. Anywho's. Alright, guys. I got to split for the night. I got to get up for work at 4 a.m. So I am going to hit the hay. My boy is asleep. Ness is asleep. So I am going to follow suit. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, I shall. Are you talking about my first pick in the franchise? I'll get to that later. Thank you for coming to hang out. Talk baseball. Love it. Bryce Harper signed. Machado signed. Now we wait for Keuchel and Kimbrel. Should be back tomorrow, I hope. If not, I will see you guys Saturday night. Love you all. Please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.